I can go the whole morning without eating, sometimes the whole afternoon too. I've fasted for hours, pushed past the hunger, told myself over and over, this time I've got it, this time I'm in control. And for most of the day, it feels true. I drink my water, I keep busy, I move through the hours, almost proud of myself. Proud that maybe this time I'm finally breaking free from old habits. But then, night comes, and that's when the real battle begins. It used to feel like a trap I could never escape, a whole day of effort destroyed in minutes. I'd tell myself I was just having something small, just a little bite before bed, and before I knew it, I had eaten more than I planned, more than I even wanted. I'd go to sleep with a full stomach and a heavy heart, wondering why I kept doing this to myself. That's the part of my journey that has tested me the most, the night, the quiet, the cravings, the cycle of being good all day, then falling apart when the sun goes down. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't always like this. The pattern really began when I was working as a chef in New York City. I'd finish shifts at 2 a.m, drained and starving, and eating late became my normal. It wasn't just food, it was comfort, it was winding down, it was routine. I even got used to falling asleep with a full stomach, and my body came to expect it. Years later, even after leaving that schedule behind, the habit lingered. For a long time, I didn't understand it. Sometimes it felt like stress, sometimes boredom, sometimes nothing at all. Just a pull I couldn't explain. And because I didn't understand it, I thought I couldn't control it. But here's where things are different now. I've learned that while the battle is real, it's not unbeatable. Nighttime binge eating doesn't have to own me. And it doesn't have to own you either. There are real reasons why this struggle shows up. When you go all day eating little or nothing, your body feels deprived. Hunger hormones rise, fullness hormones drop, and by nighttime, your body is desperate to catch up. Add to that the habits we've built, years of teaching ourselves that food belongs in those late hours, and of course the emotions that come rushing in at night when the world gets quiet. Stress, loneliness, boredom. Food becomes the easy answer. But just because it makes sense doesn't mean we're powerless. What I've discovered is that it's possible to take back control, little by little. And that's exactly what I've been doing. The biggest shift for me has been changing how I see the night. I stopped pretending the cravings wouldn't come. I started planning for them. If I know I'm going to want something later, I decide ahead of time what it will be. Something simple like a protein snack, some fruit, or yogurt. That way, I'm not reacting in the moment. I'm making the choice on my terms. I've also worked on creating new routines. For years, eating was how I ended my nights. Now I try to close the day in other ways, making tea, writing a few lines in a journal, even just stepping outside for fresh air. It's not about being perfect. It's about building new signals to my brain that say, the day is done, it's time to rest. And little by little, the hold that late night eating had on me started to loosen. There's something else too. I began to realize that one bad night doesn't erase the whole day. For so long, I lived with this all or nothing mindset. If I binged at night, the day was ruined. But the truth is, progress isn't erased by a slip-up. It's still progress. That walk you took still matters. That healthy lunch still matters. Drinking water instead of soda still matters. One bad moment doesn't erase a day of effort. That shift in thinking gave me hope, and hope gave me strength to keep going. I won't stand here and tell you I've solved it perfectly. I'm still learning, still adjusting. But I can tell you this, I no longer feel trapped. I no longer feel hopeless about the night. And if I can get here, you can too. The nights don't own me anymore. I've learned to face them differently, to prepare for them, to forgive myself when they don't go perfectly, and to keep moving forward. And that has made all the difference in my journey. If you're fighting this same battle, I want you to know you're not broken, you're not weak, and you're not alone. This struggle is real, but it's not forever. With small changes, with patience, and with persistence, you can retrain your body, your habits, and even your thoughts. It takes time, it takes grace, it takes the courage to keep showing up, even after you stumble. But it's possible. I'm living proof that it's possible. And so if this resonated with you, subscribe and join me here. I'm sharing my real journey, my struggles, my wins, and the lessons I learn along the way. Because I believe the more we talk about this, the less power it has over us. Nighttime binge eating is hard. It feels like the moment when everything unravels, but it doesn't have to stay that way. You can prevail. You can take back control. And you can wake up in the morning knowing you didn't lose everything in those few minutes, because you're stronger than that, and your story isn't over. And that's the truth I want you to leave with. You are not your binges. You are not your setbacks. You are someone who is learning, fighting, and growing. And that matters more than the minutes at night ever could.